The Wolves of Naptown podcast is for entertainment purposes only. The opinions expressed here are not intended as factual information, and it's essential to do your own research. We respect cultural differences, personal choices, and beliefs, and although we do not intentionally try to offend, we understand that it's very possible we may do so. Remember, we are not revealing anything about ourselves. Our goal is to entertain. Please listen with caution and enjoy the show.
With your host, Madam Bosslady and Starship West.
All right. Now, with that being said, it's time for another new episode of the Wolves of Naptown podcast. Let's go ahead and let's clap it up for us here. Naptown is real strong in the building. And I'm going to tell you something, ladies. Let me go ahead and get my voice down here. We got something special for you right here on this episode. We've been rapping your ass off here for the past few months. And we're about to go ahead. We're about to get it in. Something that you can enjoy in between the sheets. You know what I'm talking about? There you go. There you go. All right here. Man, let's just clap it up for us one more time here. One more time here. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to fade this out here because I want to make sure Naptown hears these introductions here. All right, so let me just go ahead and let's fade it out. There we go. There we go. All right. All right. Let me make sure we got everything here. Oh, yeah. We rocking. Now, we always do ladies first. So I want to go ahead and I want to give it up to the Bosslady.
What's up, y'all?
Hey. All right. Madam Bosslady in the house. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Just go ahead and get me out the way. I'm probably the least important person here.
All right.
You know what I'm saying, in the building. I am the one, King Petty himself, Starship West. Starship. Go ahead. Clap it up for me. All right. Now you see these gentlemen right here in front of us. You know, for me, this is kind of a special moment. You know my age, and I can put it out there, man. But I'm from the era where there was good music. You know what I'm talking about? Good music. We're talking about 90s, you know what I'm saying? For some of y'all, early 2000s, but we're going to stick right here in the 90s, man. All right. You know what I'm saying? A group, you know what I'm saying, that's right next to Boyz II Men. Yes, sir. It's right next to Jodeci. You know what I'm saying? With TLC, with Usher, Tony Braxton. You know what I'm talking about. You know where I'm going. You know what I'm saying?
I got it.
Straight out of Naptown.
Yes.
A few good men in the building.
Yes.
A few good men. Gentlemen.
Hey, how you doing?
Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Definitely. Now, I want to go ahead and get some introductions for those of you that have been under a fucking rock.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know what, don't even play with me, man. Some of y'all know who these people are, man, because some of y'all kids, you know what I'm saying, were birthed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right now, so don't even fucking play with me.
Yeah,
but for those of y'all that need a refresher, I want to have these gentlemen go ahead, tell the Wolves of Naptown audience and the city of Indianapolis and all the world, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
What's up, everybody? I'm David.
Yo, I'm Monte Clark.
Hey, y'all know it's easy. What's up?
All right, there you go. Ladies, I'm telling you. Hey, tune into this one.
Like, show you right.
Hey, man, this is the one. Go ahead and watch it and rewatch it and rewatch it because we need those spins.
Please do.
All right. So, gentlemen, you know what I'm saying? What we like to do, because we got new music, man. Oh, my goodness. New music, man, up in here. We want to go ahead and get into that first here before we go ahead and get down and talk everything that's a few good men. Man, we got this song. You know what, man? I'm pretty happy about this one.
Appreciate
you know what I'm saying? I think this song is, you know what? It almost makes me giddy. It always makes me giddy. You know what I mean? Whoever wants to speak, man, tell us about this new song, man. We're about to go ahead and display for the Wolves of Naptown.
Well, this new song, like you said, is called Giddy.
Yes, Lord.
And it's just that that straight up R&B.
Yeah.
You know, cuddle up in the wintertime, just like my guy say, slapping bellies type of song. You know.
You gonna smack
They say, is it
Slapping bellies, man. Slapping both ends. There you go. There you go. All right, man. Now, who produced this song, man? Is it a collaboration or who produced this?
Yeah, it was a collaboration. You know, myself and our guy Billy Bad.
Billy Bad
Ward, one of the coldest platinum producers. You know what I mean? Me and him collabed on the beat, and we all got together and penned it and got everything written. So
there you go. I'm telling you, this is fire. And Billy Bad, shout out Billy Bad, man. For those who don't know, Keep Sweat. Hey, man,
Yes, sir.
go ahead, man.
Yes,
Check it out, man.
People don't realize, man, is that Billy Bad is the reason A Few Good Men got signed. He's the one that made the phone call to Daryl Simmons, and Daryl Simmons actually flew down here because the group started here. And then, you know, of course, a couple other members were put together with the group, and that's how we formed A Few Good Men. But big shout out to Be Bad, man. Because,
yes, sir.
Hell, I lived with him for like almost 6 months, so I know what he can create. I sat there and watched him, and that's how I learned how to produce, just by sitting there watching him go through all these crates of records, man, and be up to 4 o'clock in the morning just like doing samples and just breaking them down. So big shout out to our big brother, man. Billy Bad.
Absolutely, man. You know, and just before we get into that, I mean, because, you know, Billy Bad has kind of been a mentor.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For a few of my friends that produce, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Shortcut and KF, you
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Hey, so definitely your name is just out here, man. We know who you are.
Absolutely.
And in fact, come on the show, man. We go we'll give you the same, you know what I'm saying, treatment.
man.
You
Come
know what I'm
on
saying?
on, man.
Go ahead,
Give him his
man.
flowers,
and just
man.
make sure we remind motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, what time it is.
Right.
What time it is. Now, I want to remind the ladies what good music sound like, right?
Oh, yeah.
I want to remind the ladies what good music seems with Bosslady. I can just
She already got that giggle going.
Oh my goodness, that's all right. But this is the right song for it, man. You about to giggle and get giddy with it. Oh my goodness, man. So check this out. This is A Few Good Men with his hot
Brand
new
new.
single, brand new.
Comes out the 13th of October.
13th of October. So
Yes.
this is an exclusive.
Exclusive,
I'm
man.
telling you, man, if you're subbed in and tapped in with the Wolves of Naptown, you're going to get stuff like this. So without further ado, A Few Good Men, AFGM
Yes, sir.
with Giddy. Let's get it.
I'm up, you ready, I'm giddy. Baby, come and love me till we're lazy. No sleep tonight. No sleep tonight. Oh, I'm up, you ready, I'm giddy. Baby, come and love me till we're lazy. No sleep tonight. No sleep tonight. Tossing and turning, wondering what you'll do. I thought you'd be here by now. I'm wanting all of you, about to lose my mind. I'm more than ready, girl, I'm feeding. Not trying to hit it tight, girl, no sleeping. There's no need to knock, the door's unlocked. I've been waiting for you. I'm giddy. Baby, come and love me till we're lazy. No sleep tonight. No sleep tonight. No sleep tonight. Oh, you ready? I'm giddy. I'm giddy. Baby, come and love me till we're lazy. No sleep tonight. No sleep tonight. Hear my baby coming through the door. Left directions, rose petals on the floor. Come on in this bedroom. No way you're prepared for what's in store for you. And I know you're not tired. I know what to do to light that fire. When I kiss all of those lips, ain't no sleeping tonight. I'm giddy.
And you heard it right here first. A Few Good Men with Giddy. Let's clap it up. Let's go ahead and clap it up here for A Few Good Men with this. I mean, just keep clapping. Yeah, you keep clapping with this shit. I want to talk a little bit about this some more, man, because I'm telling you, man. I asked a few of the other brothers, you know what I'm saying, that do R&B, at least what they call R&B today.
Right.
And, you know, I'm just kind of like, man, I be asking kids, and I'm sorry, man, because I do curse. I try not to curse too much, man. But it's just like, man, what the kids fuck to today? Yeah. I mean, not kids, I mean, yeah. I'm close to 50, so we're talking about 20-something years old. Right. We just like,
21 and up.
You know what I'm
21
saying?
and up.
There you go. Yeah, saying legally, man. But seriously, it's just like, because a song like this, I mean, this is back in the day, man. We'd have popped out some twins or something. You know what I'm saying, to this, man, and now we're just like, you know, where people consider, you know what I'm saying, hip-hop, consider R&B today, it can be wrapped all up into hip-hop, right? You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So it's just kind of like, you know, and I know you said you want to go ahead and display different styles, but just focusing on this, because this kind of brings me back, man. Right. Like, man, what was the thought process of coming with something like this, and are you going to have more stuff like this? I need more of this.
Of course.
Yeah. Most
definitely,
yeah.
Of course. We just in the lab, man. The thing that people fail to realize about us, man, is that we come from the era where you made records. Mm-hmm. You know, as producers, songwriters, man, you know, we responsible for being behind the scene and creating songs for other artists. Mm-hmm. You know, we're working with other artists right now, you know, like Leah Rowe, and, you know, we got them in the studio. We working with Raina. Mm-hmm. So we working with various artists, man. So what we try to do when we go in the studio, we just try to create something for that particular person, man, that people can resonate to. You know what I'm saying? They want to be able to relate and be like, you know what? Okay, I get it. Because, man, a lot of these songs nowadays, my goodness, bro. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I really don't.
You know, and, you know, it's love. You know, it just sounds like, man, that you're trying to make love. You know, you're trying to make the woman that you're with, whether it's your wife or your girlfriend, you know what I'm saying, feel good. You know what I'm saying? Be giddy. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You know, and a lot of the music today is like, okay, no, I'm going to make... You know, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna make your girl giddy. Right, you know what I'm saying? I'm taking your chick. Right. You know what I'm saying? The song is like, yeah, you got a man. Oh, fuck that man. You know, I'm trying to see what we're doing tonight. Man, they have songs like that. You know what I mean? It's just like, man, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, this is. I mean, we've been doing that since the beginning of time, but man, we had songs like, man, don't put that shit out there. It's like, where's the love, man? Where's the people who are trying to be in committed relationships? Right, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody too busy trying to make hits, man, instead of good music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just make some damn good music, man. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, there's 4 letters in the alphabet that'll never go out of style. L-O-V-E.
Right. There you go.
And it's on my arm, and that's what they go.
There you go, man.
So I'm just telling you, man, it's the truth, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, everybody want to be loved.
Absolutely.
Whether they admit it or not.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So
everybody wants to be loved. I mean, that's true, because
good song title, and everybody wants to be loved.
That's a great song title. Hey,
no publishing, nigga.
You ain't got to worry about me. I'm out of that era. You know what I'm saying? Unless somebody want to bring me back, I'm out of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I want my percentage.
That's just cool. Y'all make the money and y'all bring it to us. So we can go ahead and
it's all good.
Man, so let's go ahead, man. Dave, I'm going to talk to you for just a little bit, man, because you are the founder of A Few Good Men, all right? And so, you know, that's where I first, you know, seen A Few Good Men. Right. It was on the LaFace Family Christmas album. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Ooh, that was a classic album. You know, this is where I got introduced to Outkast.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Right now.
Hey, man, I'm
you
right
still
with
got
you.
hair, man.
You're in the right show.
You still got hair.
I'm gonna teach shit. I'm happy. Look,
I'll let y'all know, man. This show right now is for unks and aunties that are still out here. Hey, for real. He said, we ain't crossed over, man. We still fly, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got my jewels on because y'all ain't gave me enough money.
Oh, it's all good.
You know what I'm saying? But soon. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, you see how it is, man. You see the Bosslady over here? Come on, man. We still out here, man. We still active, man. So, but let's talk about it, because this was just a real classic album, and a Christmas album at that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With TLC on it, it's got Usher on it, you know, and a few good, man, you had like 3 tracks on there. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, L.A. Reid, when we actually went in, I remember when they called us in the office, and I remember Kenny, I always say Kenny, I don't say Babyface. Hell, I call him Kenny. Kenny.
I would hope a man didn't call him another man.
We call him Kenny, man. So I call no another man. I ain't calling no another man delicious. But no, man. So no, Kenny, him in L.A., man, they was in the studio talking, and L.A. had brought it up. Man, he said, man, I think I want to do a Christmas record. Because at the time, me and Tony, remember Tony Rich Project? So me and Tony Rich were roommates. So we were living in Buckhead. And I remember when he was working on a couple of the records for the family Christmas album.
Right.
And I remember being at Daryl Simmons' house, and before we know it, he's playing Silver Bells for us. And it's in the dang on, man, it was hot as hell, man. We did that video in July. And you know, this ATL weather, bro. So they spraying snow out and stuff, man. You got people walking around like they really into Christmas spirit. I'm like, man, how the hell we gonna be in the Christmas spirit and it's 92 degrees outside, bro? And we was dressed with, I had on a damn hat. You see the hat on? Man, I was so hot, man. I was like, oh my God, bro. I said, man, this is crazy. But I remember when he played it though, man, we was like, okay, we liked it, but then we was like, well, let us arrange it. Cause you know, as far as songwriting and stuff, we always been, you know, right there. You know, they never ever shied away from us being able to produce and arrange, so we always did that. And, you know, me, Tony, and DeMille, we just kind of thought about it, and we was like, you know what, let's kind of rearrange this with Daryl a little bit, and we just rearranged it, and man, it became a phenomenon.
Absolutely.
One of the biggest Christmas songs. Like, that's what people kind of know us for. And you go walk through the mall, hey, Silver Bell. I'm like, man, it's motherfucking August, man. Ain't no Silver Bell. But it's all good, though.
People don't know how much of a flex that is. That means every Christmas. Every Christmas, man, we Silver Bells.
Amp Harris, shout out to Amp Harris. He used to give me a shout out every year. Man, shout out to my man, David. This is my song. And he'll just play it.
And just think about it, for years, man, you know, Christmas time, ching, 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 Silver Bells, ching, ching, Silver Bells.
I'm still waiting on that shit, too. Look, so that ching, ching, where my money at?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Say my shit, my shit,
that money.
What's going on?
Get that money in.
Where my money at, man?
2025, man. We cannot
but
be
nah, man, it's,
you
know, God is good, man. He's looked out, man. And it took a while, but, you know, at the end of the day, man, the only complaints I got, man, is that, you know, we don't get 500 years to live.
There you go.
That's it.
There you go.
You know, so I ain't got no complaints, man. So that's it. So, yeah, but yeah, great record. Great record.
Right. So tell me about, I mean, so you got signed to LaFace, right? So around 92, right?
It was like 91, 92, yes.
91, 92.
Yes.
All right. Now, since you're a founding member, like, tell us, what was that like, getting that, you know, getting signed to them, you know, and where did you think it was going to go? I got a follow-up question for that, but where did you think it was going to go once being signed to LaFace?
Well, I already knew what we accomplished in Indianapolis. Like, we were the biggest local group in the city. I mean, we had a lot of people at that time that was like, dude, y'all like way ahead of y'all time. Like, I mean, from dancing to singing and do whatever, we were so far ahead. And then, like I said, Billy Bad. So Billy is the one who sent. Well, actually, let me rewind it. Let me rewind it real quick, because I got to give a shout out to Andrew Beverly, which is a good friend of mine. He's the one that videotaped us, so I apologize. And he sent it to Daryl, and Daryl introduced us to Billy Bad, along with Andrew Beverly. And because of what Daryl saw on that videotape, he was like blown away. He flew down here and put together, you know, a conversation of us going to Atlanta to do a showcase. And when we did the showcase, man, I'm talking about, man, it was like boot camp for our ass for like 2 weeks. But we could dance so good, because, I mean, come on, man, we come from the TKO, the Pepsi Boys, Nasty Boys, so the dancing part of it was always easy.
Man, back then,
I mean, come on, man, Star Quest, all of that shit. We already knew how to dance. But when we got down there and we did the showcase, we blew the whole LaFace Records away so bad, man, that shit, they damn near stopped us in the middle of our performance. And Kenny looked over at Daryl and said, man, them niggas are signed. And L.A. Reid came back there. He was always eating chicken or something. So he came in the back.
Shots fired.
Look like Pops and shit. So I'm like, every time I come in the kitchen, you always in the damn kitchen, you know. So he came back here, and L.A. was really impressed, man. And then I'm thinking, oh man, we about to get in and get this R&B. Man, it's July, man. We performing Silver Bells. I said, man, that was the first song we did because they wanted to catapult that LaFace Family Christmas record. They wanted to get it out real quick. So you had Rico Wade and them, the Organized Noise was working with Outkast, and then you got TLC was working on theirs. Tony Rich, he did a couple on the record. We was in the studio when Tony Braxton was doing Chestnuts Roasting on and over. She was doing that. Usher, me and Usher's always been like real good friends. So me and him, every weekend, man, we got in so much damn trouble. It's ridiculous. Shout out to Jeanette Patton, his mama, man, because boy, she used to stay on our ass, boy. I'm telling you. So that record was fun, but after that record was done, then we got to our record, which was in the beginning was called A Little Something, but unfortunately Troop named their record A Little Something, so they had to pull our record.
That's right.
And we had to rename our record, what was it, A Thing For You. And that's where we came out with our first record, which was A Thing For You. And then our second record was Take a Dip. So we ended up with 2 records under LaFace, so worked with producers like Babyface, L.A. Reid, Dallas Austin, Jermaine Dupri.
That LaFace lineup was serious. That was a serious lineup.
We had a ball, bro. I was young and fun. I'll tell you that shit, man.
I wanted to ask because when I was doing research and I'm kind of re-remembering all of this because, man, this is my heyday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially TLC, Outkast. Man, love some fucking Outkast. You know what I mean? So, and I'm sitting up here thinking, and it's like, man, these gentlemen, are on a label that have all of these heavy hitters.
Right.
And pretty much all of them kind of, popped off, man. I'm thinking to myself, did they not put enough push behind a few good men?
We get asked that question so much, and I love it. Because, at this point now in my life, man, I don't have nothing to hide. Because we so happy now. So, with that being said, what happened was I think we got caught into the politics of things. I think what was going on at the time, I know LaFace was going through a restructure.
Right.
The partners I think something was going on.
So I think it eventually got dissolved. I think
something was going on, and I think we just got caught in the middle of it. And at that time, man, we was torn because we was torn like crazy. And, when it was time for us to renegotiate, they just decided that it was best that they part ways with us. And at the time, it was such a devastating time, bro. I was just like, excuse my friends, I was like, man, fuck music, man. I'm cool. I'm going back home, and that's where the barbering thing came in. At I start cutting hair, but man, it's the itch. Every time I turn around, man, I was like, so I got into the church, started being a worship leader, and then I ended up going back to school, getting my education, and then I ended up being hired as a choir teacher for T.C. Howe High School. So I was a teacher there for 4 years, and it's just the itch, music. Me and Monte
never goes away, man.
We've been knowing each other since the 80s, so it's like we would always, and I would always see Monte. See the difference in me versus Monty. Monty never left it. He was always doing music. So in any time you had something that you needed to know about, any little tinker, any little new module, Monty, we'd be on the phone, yeah, man, what you need to do is you take this and that. So, and it was like crazy because when I decided to do this, man, Monte was just like, man, what took you so long? Like, dude,
I've been waiting on you for a minute, bro.
I look online, this nigga got the shirt on at a conference. I said, damn, he didn't even waste no damn time.
Right. No time.
He didn't waste no time.
He's like, man, where'd you get that shirt from?
Made a shirt at home. I think it was the same day. I pressed up a shirt. I was like, hey.
I like to see that, especially if I'm about to work with somebody. Oh yeah. That's it.
But
right
the
there.
reason being is that my mom, she transitioned. I watched my mom, but a horrible disease, man, dementia, Alzheimer's, terrible disease. And, excuse me, my mom was my biggest fan, man. She never missed a show, ever. Her and my aunt. I'm talking about when I was doing my solo project, she never missed a show. And for, with not having her here, I kind of lost her love. But it took one of my clients, who I've been cutting for a long time, and one day he just stopped me and he just said, man, what the hell are you doing, bro? He's like, dude, you a producer, you're a songwriter, you love doing it. And I'd be like, nah, and I didn't do it. And then, I started doing sync licensing, for with a friend of mine, big shout out, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, my little brother, we was in the studio just working. That's my little brother over there, by the way. So shout out to Jew Wiener.
Jewski.
My baby brother, man, who would just be on my ass, man. Every time we was recording, and before you know it, they said, bro, what are you doing, man? Like, when you're in the studio, you just a creating dude, man. You're in there creating all this stuff and playing and coming up with all this, and I'd be like, yeah, I hear you. All right, let's finish this record. And then one day, man, he just stopped. We'd be in the studio getting our sip on and stuff sometimes, and he said, man, I ain't pressing another damn button, man. He said, man, bro, I'm just telling you. And then, I just had an epiphany, man. I said, you know what? Okay. Sometimes, I prayed about it. Yeah, I prayed about it and asked God, and my mom, she was in my dream, man. And the thing she told me, she said, baby, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. She said, that's not your gift, that's God's gift. He gave it to you to be able to have a life that some people wish to have. We all got them. You just got to use them. Right. You just got to use them. And, man, I just thank God for them. I thank God for these brothers, boy. I'm telling you, because we just have fun, man. It ain't no job, man. It's just like, who the hell get to wake up and do what they love to do?
Right.
And still got old ladies going,
I don't want to just interject, man, but that story, when you talk about God works in mysterious ways, I just wonder if it was anybody else that said that, would you have listened and received it? Because it sounds like, man, your friend was like, hey, man, years, like, man, what you doing? But it took that particular moment to be like, you know what? Let me really think about this.
I wouldn't necessarily say that, because it was a mixture of everything. Because, Monty and me, we was producing. As we producing partners and stuff, so we was doing work. But Monty's the one that said it, man, because we up here producing all these people, trying to get these people to sing on all of our records. Just like a Giddy, if we produced that on somebody and they didn't deliver it like that, he was like, what the hell we got them doing it for when we can sing just like that? And I was like, well, shit, I should bring a few good men back.
Plus, I think everything is God's timing.
There you go.
You got to have the right timing, because we discussed, bringing the group back a few times, over the years, and it just never happened. Because, and you look back now, it's just like the time just wasn't right. So now the time is right.
R&B is where it's at, because it's the perfect timing.
Perfect timing, man. Perfect timing.
I
like it, man. I like this story. We're going to clip that, because people need to hear that. If you got talents, I know there's a few of you out there that low key watch. Y'all got talents, man, but you're not really using them. You know what I'm saying? You can sing. You know what I'm saying? You can write. You can do music. You can do whatever. If you're not using them, man, what are you waiting for? Especially if you're my age. If you're our age, if we ain't got, man, the hourglass is ticking. Yeah. You better start moving while you can still move. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, for real.
And listen to what God is telling you. You might have the gift to sing, does not necessarily mean that you're supposed to be this big artist.
That's true.
But there's room for you to use that gift in some aspect. You just got to get clarity from God. Where should I be, and how should I be using this?
Right. That's a good point too, because it's not just having to go out with a record, right? There's so many ways that you can make money or make a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
With your talents.
With your talent.
Absolutely,
Right,
absolutely.
Right.
Man, there is so many places that I want to go, man. I just
we here, bro.
I want to talk to your brothers here, but I want just before we leave, you know what I'm saying? The quote, the old times, you know what I'm saying? The 90s. You know
we
what I'm
can
saying?
man, I'm
because
the golden era.
Yeah, you've toured with a lot of my favorite groups, right? You know what I'm saying? When you mentioned you toured with Jodeci, hey, that was one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying?
We were just talking about the story with Jodeci, but some things are off limits. But I will say this,
especially with that group.
Yeah, oh God, 2 weeks in the same hotel, right across from each other. Oh man, we oh man, there's stories I can tell you. Ask your grandma.
The hotel
ask Sister Pearlie. Sister Pearlie. She be like, yeah, I remember him. Yeah, baby. So my point is, man, that's why I'm such an introvert now, because Monty's one and Izzy's kind of one. We just kind of got that. I'm kind of cool just kind of being in the background now. Now, when it's time for us to get on stage and do our thing, believe me, we're going to give it to you. But when we're off stage, I ain't at the clubs hanging out and doing all that stuff. I'm
going home, going to bed.
I like Netflix, man. I like cartoons and shit.
Let the music be in there.
It's like, it's cool.
Be at home collecting the check. There you go.
And one thing about it, though, too, man, is that music soothes the soul. Music cures when you're going through like depression. I mean, it's just so many things that music does, man. It's medicine. It's medicine.
Music is medicine.
It's medicine, man. It is medicine, man. So yeah, man. Man, I could be all day, man. I just thank God for being able to do this again, and still, because I know a lot of guys my age that I grew up with, man, and I see them. Damn, time's been bad to you. Like, man, you look old as hell, bro. and I'm like, wow. And dude, you like 2 years older than me, or this dude is 3 years younger than me, and you like, what the hell?
Right.
It's like, did you jump in some cooking oil or something, man?
Sometimes it's up here, man. You know what I'm saying? When you let yourself go up here, then everything else follows, man.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that people who say or feel that they're old, they become old.
You know what?
You're right about that.
You're speaking that over yourself.
So before we leave this area, I mean, so Jodeci, we got that.
Boyz II Men. We was in Boyz II Men video with Boyz II Men. Man, it's just so many things, man. Aretha Franklin, Whitney, that was my girl, man. I love me some Whitney. Bobby.
Let me ask you, let's go right there, man. Because I want, because we have a rare moment, to speak to someone who has been back in that day. Right. So, your experience with the great Whitney Houston. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Give us a story, man.
Whitney is funny, witty, just down to earth, man. You know what I'm saying? Nippy,
I hear the stories, what I mean?
Nippy was down to earth. That's her nickname. Nippy was down to earth, man. And her and Bobby, we did a big show in down in Florida. I think it was in Orlando that year, because Arista did this really big show down there with all the artists, and they just bought everybody in this resort. And Bernie Mac was there the whole weekend. Got to meet him. He's such a good dude, man. And he was joning on us the whole weekend, tearing our asses up the whole weekend, joning, because he thought nigga had a jerry curl. I didn't know I had, I got a little bit of Indian in me, so he just kept joning on niggas the whole weekend. So my thing is that when we got on stage, the thing that people fail to realize is we come from Indianapolis, so dancing, when we dance, it's intense, it's real. And I make these faces when I'm dancing, if I'm dancing, and she was just laughing, man. She was the whole time just cracking up. And she was pointing at it. I got off stage, she said, nigga. She said, boy, you was killing it up there. She was like, and we just, we developed a friendship, every time we see her, because she lived in Atlanta. Okay. And, I'd go over her house. Sometimes, I'd go with like one of the executives from LaFace. We'll go over there and chill. And she's just a cool peoples, man. Aretha Franklin just is the same way. Quincy Jones, a very nice guy. Thank you. Got to meet him. Got to talk with him for like 15, 20 minutes. That's long enough. Just to hear him, just to soak it all in. I ain't got to say nothing. Rest in peace. So, just to be able to say that you've been around all these people, man, and really, I don't never talk about it. And it's funny that people come up, I don't never talk about stuff, man. I don't. And it's weird, because my little brother be like, he won't talk about it. And the only reason why I'm talking about it now, because we're having an interview. But I don't talk about it.
But you lived it. I mean, you don't have to. And plus, you don't want people just asking you every day, you know what I'm saying, about that stuff. Man, you want to focus on the new stuff.
Absolutely.
I brought up Whitney Houston because, sometimes I'll follow like some of the people that have been back in the day, and I think I was listening to I think it was a Suge Knight podcast, you know. And one of the things that he had said about Whitney Houston is that she was real. She was nice, but she was a real one. That story you just told, that kind of coincides with that. It's like, they cool, wonderful person, but she was that real. Will tell you, hey, will not hesitate to tell you exactly.
And Johnny, and Bobby's real cool like that, man. And despite what people think, man, Bobby is smart as hell, man. That dude is smart, man, and he'll give you some nuggets. If you sit there long enough and let him talk, man, he will give you some nuggets. So shout out to Bobby. I played football with him. It was a place called Executive Villas. We used to all the artists used to stay there. Mm-hmm. And big shout out to AJ Alexander, man, because that's where we all stayed at in Executive Villas. So we used to just be out there just throwing the football, man, and just we wouldn't tackle each other down on no concrete, but we played two-hand touch. So it's a lot of memories, man. Just a lot of memory. Boy, you taking me back now, man. You bringing all kind of shit up, man. Shout out to Monica. Shout out to Brandy. Shout out to, man, it's just so many people. It was a great time, man. And I think A Few Good Men came from an era where there were only so many groups. Shout out to Drew Hill sitting in Baltimore. They was called The Storm. Shout out to Beyonce, Kelly, Latavia, Latoya. They was called The Dolls. We were signed to the same management company. So it's So it's like, to be able to be around these people and come from that era. You come from the era of real music. Mm-hmm. Real music. Real music. When records were made.
Yes.
Right.
Like actual vinyl. Yes. You know what I'm saying? CDs. You know what I'm saying? For real.
So other than that, though, man, I'm just happy these guys is with me, man.
Absolutely.
I couldn't ask for a better group of guys, man. So we just ready to go.
So and let's go to the future, or should we say the present and to the future.
That's it.
There we go. Because, it was good to take a trip down memory lane.
Yes.
But you know what I'm saying? We still live. We still kicking. We got new music.
Live and well, baby.
We got a new incarnation. There you go. Belly smacking.
Belly stuff, man.
Hey, man.
Around no belly, man.
We smack both sides. We smack the belly here, man. We smack the ass here. Bam. You know Oh my goodness. Oh man. So really this is for anybody. Well, no, actually, man, let's go ahead and direct this, man. Because David, we've been speaking with you and I'm gonna speak to you again.
It's all good.
You know what I'm saying, in regards to the new formation of the group.
Most definitely.
But let me go ahead, I'm gonna start with you, Monte, man. Because one of the things, when I'm doing my research, and I listen to an interview, with Candy. Hey, Candy, man, I love your show and thank you for being an inspiration. I hope to have you on the show pretty soon.
We on hers next.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So, they say that you're the mixing and mastering guru, man. That you just for real, the mixing and mastering guru here. You know what I'm saying, in Indianapolis, man. Tell the Wolves of Naptown a little bit more about yourself, man. Who have you, been mixing and mastering for? Like, what have you been doing, Monte?
Was
that too much?
It's quiet, man. Shy, quiet. All that bullshit, man.
Build them up. Here we go, man.
I mix and match with a lot of people in the city, a lot of artists. Shoot, where does the list start?
Hell, keep going.
Us, of course, Leah Rowe. Shout out to Leah. She's part of our camp too. That's our girl. Shoot. I did stuff for Polo Boy, Nunu, one of his singles. Man, who else? Everybody. Yeah, the single Wyclef and Devin Golder.
Devin Golder on the show. Shout out Devin Golder.
D Golder, yeah. I got it. Rest in peace, Chris Kelly. I mixed pretty much every record for him. I mix records for Billy Bad. Stuff that he sends me. Cap, Sid, Uncle Sid, all his artists. I mix and master all their stuff. How are you today? Yeah.
Shout out.
Wow, man, it's a lot of people. I never really think about it till you think about it. Right? I do a lot,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of got to do it, especially they keep you busy like that. It's just like, all right, get this masterpiece done. All right, next one, man.
Yeah,
just make sure the money's right.
Jamal White. Who else?
Dion forever.
Yeah, Dion forever. God, I mean, it's a lot of people.
Everybody.
Everybody. So let me ask you this, because you've also had some solo projects as well, right? You know, what do you like better? I mean, do you like being a performer, or do you like being able to sit back and take somebody's rough masterpiece and turn it into a polished masterpiece? Like, what do you like better?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I think it's kind of equal, man. I get the same satisfaction from both of it, you know, because it's like, of course I love performing, but I get that same satisfaction from taking somebody, you know, and making them sound the way that they should sound. You know, and seeing the joy from them when they hear it, they be like, man, this sound good. So, you know, I get the same feeling, you know.
You know, do you get a lot of pushback sometimes where, I mean, you trying to be like, look, this is how this needs to be sound, and they be like, nah, man, I need it to bang more. You know what I'm saying? I need this up. You be like, no, we don't need this up. You gonna mix it down. It's gonna be muddy. It's gonna be this. Like, you know, come on, man. I got the experience. Let me handle it. You know,
I get that. I get that pushback. And,
my goodness.
Sometimes, well, a lot of times, I get the pushback, and then they be like, man, you was right. Go back to that's why I save everything. You know, I save it because I know you're gonna come back to what I originally gave you.
That's right.
Ain't it crazy that the guy with multi years of experience is right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, imagine that, right? You know. Hey, and I've been on both ends of that. You know, I would be like, you know, when we first started going in back in the day, making music, you're like, oh, man, because you trying to hear what you were hearing, you know what I'm saying, in the CDs and stuff, but you don't know the back end process that it took to get to that. Absolutely. We coming up in here, you know, I had a rolling, you know what I'm saying, Phantom, and I had the MPC 2000, you know, I'm bringing that in here, and I'm like, yeah, man, my mix it sound better, you know what I'm saying, until you get in the car and then just,
your car will tell you.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, shit. Maybe I shouldn't have put that bass up on 10.
Let me tell you how crazy some people are, though. But I shouldn't say this, but
there you go. Say what you want to say.
Like, they'll be like, man, I don't just do this, change this right here. I'll be like, okay. I sent them the exact same thing I sent them the previous. They'll be like, yeah, that's it right there. That's it. I ain't changed. I didn't change shit.
Damn.
I ain't changed shit.
That's it, man. That's perfect. I know it is because it was perfect when I sent it to you.
Sometimes you just gotta feel like they had input. Sometimes you just gotta feel like they had input. You know what I mean? That's crazy, man. But hey, that's a win-win because they get a correct mix and they realize that it was correct the first time. You just you know, placebo pill. Hey, we changed it. We changed it. Yeah, good job, man. Oh my goodness. So man, hey, so A Few Good Men. So when David decided, you know what, we're going to go ahead and restart this, man, you know, what was that like for you? I know you didn't went and made, you know what I'm saying, the shirt and you went out there but, you know, but like, really, what was that like for you? Like, man, you're going to be a part of this.
Oh, man, I was ecstatic, man, because, you know, like I said, we had talked about it so many times, and I was like, man, we finally doing this. And I said, man, I've been waiting on you this whole time.
We in our 70s, right?
A few old men now, but yeah, we going now.
He's still good men, I'm sure.
Oh my goodness, hey man, you know black don't crack, baby. So you know what I'm saying, hey man, we gonna be young until we not. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, like Bosslady said, shit, you claim it. Mm-hmm. Man, I'm so old. And then you walk in hunchback, and then you wonder why. So, I'm good, homie. Mm-hmm.
I'm good. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. I like that, man. Especially you just had that excitement. Even right now, just you talking about it, just like, man, you can't crack that smile, man. Just like,
chill out, man.
Yeah, man. Like, well, man, that's good.
Little boy, Damon.
I am a boy.
Hey, look, brothers, man, we are alive. We are still kicking it, man. Lord. You know what I'm saying? And we're still able to make something happen, you know, and take advantage of the technology, man. We ain't too old to learn. You know what I'm saying? Naptown, we ain't too old to learn.
Right.
All right. I'm going to jump over here to Izzy, man.
All right.
Izzy, All right, so Izzy, man, I want you to talk to me because we're talking about this is a brand new incarnation of A Few Good Men, right? It's a brand new incarnation.
Yeah.
Talk about, man, how you got put on to be added to this group, to go in and join on this revival.
No, man, I like that revival. Shout out to Leah Rowe. Like, seriously, there are times when you are walking, in life and you are trying to figure out what it is that you should be doing, and you have enough signs sometimes. Yeah. And when I came back to Indianapolis, I was down in Arkansas over the past year, so I came back in February, and I was like, Lord, what's going on? What am I doing? What are we doing? And so, I got a praying grandmother. My baby's 94 years old. Amen. Yeah, that's my covering. And, and I'm like, all right, she's here. My mama's here. Okay, I'm just here if you need me. All right, if you need me, this is what it is. That's what I'm thinking my mission solely is.
Right.
Because I haven't sung, in about 10 years.
Can't tell.
Because I was focused on the acting. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, let me do that. And so coming back here, and Leah, what was it, about a month or so ago, hit me up and was like, hey, because I ran into her, chopping it up with her, and she was just like, hey, this group, A Few Good Men. And I was like, yeah, what's up? She was like, how long are you gonna be in Indy? And I was like, I'm on the first thing smoking. What's up? I'm on the first thing smoking. She was like, she said, you gonna be here for a long term. I said, what you mean I'm gonna be here for a long term? Because the reality is this, as an artist, Indy has made me, and that's something that that you can't change. That right. It's like, you know what, Indy put me on. That's like right. Indy shaped the artist like that I am in so many ways. Right. As far as the stages I've been able to be on, man. And so I was like, all right, I'm listening. I was like, let me, and she's sent me their music or whatever, and I said, this that bald-headed R&B shit. There we go. I said, this that 90s shit where, I said.
They don't understand bald-headed R&B.
Sing what so you listen to be able to sing what you listening to. I said, okay. What's up? I said, yeah, let me, long term. All right. I said, yeah, you probably right. Because I was like, I said, man, the opportunity. And then when that question and prayer that I had, with God, was like, all right, what we doing? I talked to God like he were here. Like, what's up? Like, what we doing? What you got me here for? And then once this came along, I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna shut up. All right. I said, all right. And then meeting these cats, man, which is such a blessing, because it's one thing for people to have nostalgia when it comes to, I want that 90s R&B love and blah, blah, blah. But we grew up on it. Yeah. We grew up in it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm still the man that'll stand outside your house with that boom box. And be like,
stand in that rain, boy.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, that's the music that we get to make? I was like, oh. Like, I'm talking every toe on a woman curling. Like every toe, every toe, throwing up gang signs. Like, it's like all of them, and that's what that baby toe. Yeah, it's throw it up. But yeah, that's what that's where it is. That's what it is. And I'm like, man, ain't nothing. You can't beat that. So I just said, hey, I'm here.
That's what's up. So, I mean, was it an easy transition to go from acting, right? Because you were on Empire, right?
Yeah. I spent about 4 years driving back and forth to Chicago, man, where they filmed at. And, what really gave me the opportunity was being in this production, called The Color Purple. Everybody, if you're black, even if you're half white, you know what The Color Purple is. Yeah. Right. And so, that stage play gave me that leeway, that door to, step into acting. Because I was like, I ain't no actor. I was like, I'm like singing. I'm focused on singing. I did the whole American Idol stuff and America's Got Talent stuff and all of that, putting yourself out there. Mm-hmm. But that acting, I was like, ooh, this is a new bug. Different. I need to learn. I was like, I gotta be in a position to where I can be educated. And that's what I did a lot. Those 4 years being on that show, you learn a lot when you don't say nothing. Because a lot of people are scared to say they started in the background, but you got to start somewhere.
Hey man, I would love to be in any of that type of position. You know what I'm saying?
When I tell
Absolutely.
You, I was watching everything. When I was watching Terrence, Taraji, I mean everything. And it reached the point where you show up so much and you are consistent, and you have a professional, side to you when it comes to this stuff.
Absolutely.
That matters a lot. And believe it or not, people that you think aren't anything on these sets, they connected directly to the director because they can call you, in by groups. Hey, we need y'all over here. Cool, we need you guys here. And once it reached the point where they called me by my government, I was like, huh? I said, oh y'all, you know I'm here. You know I'm here. Oh, okay. Yeah, we need you in this scene. And I'm like, oh. So the transition, man, it music is first love. It like they were saying, and I really equated to the movie Jumanji. When they pulled that game out, when they heard the game and how it was always knocking, I equate that if you are not doing what you are called to do, that knocking will haunt you, just like that sound. So when you were talking about when you see people your age or a little older, you're like, dang, what happened? Really, what you're saying is, to me, I interpreted that as, if you aren't doing what you're called to do, it's gonna kill you.
It's gonna kill you.
It's killing you on the inside, because not everybody has the courage to do this.
Yeah,
right.
You don't have the courage to go after and create and be boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta. You got to step out there. You got to put yourself out there,
man. I like what you said, man, because when you're not doing what you're supposed to do, all right, it does eat at you.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, my own personal story. I mean, I love music. I'm in music. You know what I'm saying? My mother, rest in peace.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? She was always into music. Talking about, you ever see, your moms or your aunties, they put that record on, the CD on.
Yeah.
It's almost like they just zone out. I mean, they just walk that carpet all out, just going back and just imagine like they performing, singing whatever song they, that was my mother. You know what I'm saying? That's where I got my love for music, and dealing with people, I kind of fell out of love with it. You know what I'm saying? It was just like I'm putting all this work into it, and it's like, you're not doing anything. It's like I feel like, man, let me try and be a normal person. Right. And I tried to do that for like 10 years, and it just really haunted me. Just like I wasn't good at it. I wasn't good at being a normal. I wasn't good at being a normal person. And it's crazy. As soon as I got something close, just put a microphone in front of me. It's like, just how easy it is.
Right.
I mean, I'm sitting here, I'm interviewing a few good men. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't have said that last year. Last year I've been trying to get a promotion in some corporate job working for somebody else. You know what I mean? Walking in your purpose. Yeah. Walking in your purpose. You got to start doing that. You know what I mean? Because it is like dying. It definitely is. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Well, you don't want to trade your most valuable asset, which is time.
Right.
You don't want to trade that. That's why I've always been self-employed, because I know me. I figured once I started working and I got fired at all 4 jobs, I said, working ain't for me. I said, I think I better. Ain't for everybody. I said, I ain't taking no shit. I said, so I'm like, you know what? I'll start my own business. And it's, being an entrepreneur, it ain't for everybody.
It's not, It's not for everybody.
Ain't nobody saving you. You ain't getting no sick days.
Ain't nobody saving you.
Ain't nobody saving you, so you save your money. That's it. Save your damn money, man. That.
So they want to bring it back to you, man. You know what I'm saying? We heard Monte, we heard Izzy, you know what I'm saying, talking about this reformation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Have a few good men. Now I want to go ahead and pick it back up to you, David. You know what I mean? So now that you got your brothers here with you, you know what I mean? What is the direction for a few good men? Like, where are you trying to take this?
Well, we just trying to take this as far as it's going to allow us to go. Man, we just... As producers, me and Monty being, producers, songwriters, Izzy's a phenomenal producer, so he plays a guitar too. So it's like we all musically inclined. So, once it gets to the point where we're not on stage performing, which we're going to keep doing that, we'll be behind the scenes, man, trying to make somebody else's life better, with the music. So we have fun in there producing, man. Don't get me wrong, man. We have fun on stage too, but... He watches us, man.
These cats,
he
man.
He sat there and watches us work, man.
These cats, like, for Giddy, first of all, October 13th is coming.
Hey, man. There you go.
It's coming.
For Giddy, man. I went in, and they was just like, "Oh yeah, man, go ahead. Yeah, we got. Nope, Monty got you. We good." And I'm like, "All right." And I just went in the booth, and then I just came, sat down, and I'm like, he's like, "All right, watch this." Do. And I'm like, I'm sitting there like
magic, right? Damn near.
How can he hit this man? Ain't no way. And it just, like I said, everything just made so much sense. And I'm like, I said, so this is why I'm here.
Well, he asked me a question at the studio. He said, "Where do you get your inspiration when you're doing tracks, David?" I said, "I just do them." I mean, Monte pushed me. Monty was always doing them. I did them. I got more behind the scene because I'm like the melody person. So I'll come with the melodies and then we'll just all put it all together. But track-wise, I kind of got away from that. But then I got back into it, and it's just kind of like, yeah, we back. It's just one of those things. I'm like, I always can play, but it just, it's just one of those things, man, where you like, I think, like Izzy had made a point. He said, man, a one-stop shop. He said, this is crazy.
Because I thought they just sang. I thought, I'm like, hey, man, y'all killer vocalists. And went to the, the spot to meet them for the first time. And Monte was there. And David wasn't there yet. And I was like, wait, I said, y'all don't just sing? Because I'm thinking like, oh, y'all like me? I'm like, oh, no, y'all. I was like, oh, God, no. And I just, again. Like,
that is just so wonderful. You see how many people you cut out of the equation, man, when you got somebody that's that's part of your group that can do everything. Like, come on, man. That you just don't understand. Like, you do understand, but I'm just saying.
But it's a blessing, man, to be able to do all of that. Because like you said, me and Monty, we met in the 80s, man, and hooping. So, yeah, we get it in, y'all. I got three sons, and one son is Junior, 6'6", 6'5", 6'2", and 6'1". My sons, and they all jump out the gym.
They got basketball players. There you go.
But if you give me the rock, they say, man, if Daddy get that rock, we ain't getting it back. Because it's all draws from there. It's all draws.
Young boys don't know how to shoot.
They don't know how to shoot. It's all draws. It's going in.
They can dunk and all that stuff. Y'all know y'all ain't got no jump.
They windmilling on me. I'm like, oh, y'all can do all that until you're blue in the fall. I'm not jumping up there. You crazy? But other than that, man, it's just, like I said, music is where our minds are at right now, man. We're so focused on with this new record, that we're working on. Man, we're so excited about this new EP, which is gonna come. You know what I mean? But we got to push Giddy first. But in the meantime, we working
October
on the EP.
13th.
Yeah, October the 13th.
There you go.
So I got a question. So how different is it now than then? Like, we got social media now. We didn't have then. You promoted way different back then. How different is it now? Is it better, worse?
Better or worse?
That's a good question. It's easier.
It definitely easier.
Okay. It's easier.
It's definitely easier. It can be better. It's better, but at the same time, it's worse. Because there's a lot of people that. There's a lot of people that should not be doing this. That are taking up space.
Lord have mercy.
And opportunities from the people that should be doing it.
That's a lot.
And it makes it harder for the people that really love it and have the talent to get seen through a pool of people that are in the way because they're taking up space.
Basically, everybody can't be a brain surgeon, if you understand what I'm saying. Some people do go to school to learn how to become a brain surgeon. People have talents, but a gift is from God.
Yeah.
Remember that. So talent can be taught. You can be taught a talent, but you can't be taught a gift. That comes from Him. So remember that. That's real.
I want to piggyback on that. I got a couple questions here that I want to ask, as far as music production, man. But just based on what you said here, Monte, do you feel just like, because you're saying like there's some people that looks like they got motion that shouldn't have motion because they don't have the talent to really be having that. You know what I mean? So are you pretty much saying, because I know there's a lot of people out there right now, and where social media has kind of really helped with it, it's like they're amplifying voices that normally wouldn't have seen this, the light of day. I mean, L.A. Reid and Babyface would not have went and signed that person, but because of social media, because they said something catchy, because they had a good video or something like that, or some catchy video, they're blowing up. And then you got people that are making good actual music, are kind of being in the background because they're not doing the viral trend. They're not doing this or whatever.
Well,
I mean, I'm not sure that's where you're coming from, but that's kind of how I receive that.
If you do something and it blows up and you get some traction, I don't knock anybody that gets that.
Right, absolutely.
That's good. But there's a lot of people that just flat out ain't got it. You just ain't got it, And no matter how much money you put behind it, it ain't gonna happen.
They just don't have it.
And there's so many. There's just a big, huge pool of those people. That big pool, and then the real talented people are just stuck in the middle of it, and we're trying to push through to get seen. But there's just so many people that it's so difficult to get seen. So that's really kind of the point I'm making. Everybody just like, oh, I got a computer, I'm gonna say this and put it out tomorrow.
Let me piggyback off of that. Something that our brother Billy Bad said a long time ago. He said, "There's beat makers, and then there's producers. We're producers. Like, I don't care what genre of music that you put us in a room with. You put me in a room with a country artist, all I need is my guitar. You put me in a room with a blues artist, I just play my harmonica. You put me in a room with a gospel choir, I just need the Hammond. So my point is that whatever you put me in the room with, I'm gonna give you a record. You put me in a room with some rappers, I'm gonna give them a trap beat or whatever, hip hop, however it may be. We're gonna come up with something, and I'm gonna have a singer in there just so she can do the hook. So the point is that he said just because you have a computer and a mic, there's a difference in a producer and a beat maker, and understand that that's real, because you will be exposed if you get in front of these real people, such as down in Nashville. One thing in Nashville, you cannot have a phone on you when you go in there. You gotta have a pen, a pad, a piano, and a guitar when they do writing sessions, and they put you in there and they say, this is the concept, this is the name of the song, this is what we need you to come up with.
Wow. Okay.
And you will be exposed. And you don't get to do this computer stuff. Don't get me wrong. I had to teach myself, because we come from the MPC era, ADATs, the real to real. But don't get me wrong, I know all the, the DAWs now, and you got to have your VSTs. But I'm just saying, when it comes to really being exposed, you will be. You will be exposed once it comes to writing certain styles of music.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I definitely agree with that.
Right.
I mean, just even with my own personal experience, and I did rap. You know what I mean? If you ask me to do R&B, I mean, unless you got a bunch of samples for me,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Keys. I'm one of those things. Like, I can tell when it's off key.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know what I'm saying? Can I hit the right keys? I mean, that takes another level that I didn't have. So definitely, I probably would consider myself a beat maker. That's okay. I love music. You know what I'm saying?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not throwing shade by saying that it's not a bad thing of being a beat maker. But the point is that do not call yourself a comedian, or if you haven't been out there and done the work.
Right.
You might be a comic, but to be called a comedian, you have to get on the level of a Mike Epps or who else? Kevin Hart or Martin Lawrence or Dave Chappelle.
Right.
Or you can't call yourself this person if you ain't put in the work, man. It takes 10,000 hours.
Right. That's what I was saying. Because, just like you said, I mean, you can go into any genre of music, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you'll be able to write it, contribute to it, or whatever, you know what I mean? And yes, I believe that is a true producer. You know what I'm saying? Because you can
Money
produce
Long
anything.
Is a producer. You know what I'm saying? Money Long, she's a producer. It's her. Females. These are producers, and I've watched their journeys. And when you can become a chameleon, and I sit back and I watch your journey of where you came from to where you are now, and as a producer, I give you so much respect, man. Such as Pharrell, which I love some Pharrell now. That's shout out, bro. And I've watched Kenny work. And I watched him work, man. I watched these guys, the Dallas Austins and the Jermaine Dupri's and all of these different people, and you sit in there and you watch them, the Billy Bads, and you watch how they're able to adjust to whatever style comes their way. That's a producer or hairstylist. If you come in and you need, like, I'm not doing no scissor cuts with no hair way down to here. But you sit there and watch a master do what they do. That's because that's what they do.
That's what they do.
I'm not doing foils and color. I don't do that. But I can cut you up, razor line, you do whatever you need to be done. I can do all of that because I got 30 years in the game. But can I do color and stuff? Of course. I had to go to school for it. But is that my expertise? No. So I don't want to do that and embarrass myself. And then you walk out looking like Harvey Wallbang or somebody, you know, and then you talking about me. So my point is, man, just don't put yourself in a position or put yourself in a situation where you're going to be really talked about real bad.
Right. You got to be what
people
you
have
got.
the misconception about what a producer's job really is too.
Yeah.
Because I can go in a room and produce a record and not touch nothing.
Absolutely.
You know,
That's a
as
bar.
long as, okay,
That's a bar. Right
you're a
there.
keyboard player, I need you to play this.
But that's facts, though.
You're a guitar player, this is what I need you to do. And as long as I get that record done, I produced it. I don't have to touch an instrument, turn a knob, touch a fader.
Exactly.
Play the 4-5-7. I need you to play that on this. This is a F sharp. That's an A minor. This is a B. You got to know that stuff.
People don't understand it. Yeah, I mean, you can produce by direct. I mean, that's a lot like what Sean P. Diddy Combs. I mean, that's how he don't play nothing.
Yeah, he made a
You know what I'm saying?
He's a producer.
Yeah, but because he direct, just like Monte said. I mean, you go, hey, do this, do that over. You know what I'm saying? And then you come out with a masterpiece.
Right.
You know, you didn't touch anything, but you directed everything.
Right.
You puppet mastered everything.
Right.
Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so just kind of like how you move the faders, man. You just, move their minds. Hey, put that together. You know what I mean? So it just, I want
we good,
to
bro.
move on, man.
No,
I got
good.
to. Since I got producers here, when it comes to making music, right? I want to ask y'all, just with y'all too, man. What comes first, man, when you're making the track, the beat? You know what I'm saying? Do you have to have like a song written and it kind of jogs you kind of like this? You know, are you talking
I know what
like,
saying,
you know what I'm
bro.
saying? Is it the drum patterns? You have to come up with a chord first? Like, you know, how does that process start for you guys?
For me, it's anything. Like, it depends on what sparks the song for me.
Right. Okay.
Like, sometimes I'll hear a drum pattern and be like, or I'll hear a synth loop, or I'll hear a vocal sample, or he'll say a melody or something, you know, and I'll be like, wait a minute. So it could be anything that sparks it for me.
Okay.
I'll just play sometimes. Like because I started off on a kit, so I started off being a drummer. So my drums, like I used to play the drums. So if I'm doing drums, I hear something, and then I'll just go through and just start chopping up stuff. And then I send all my stuff to Monty. I ain't gonna front. I don't mix. You know what I'm saying? So my track might sound all right, but it's gonna sound amazing once he gets it. See, I'm like, don't get me wrong. You'll hear it and be like, oh, that's dope. But when he get it, like I just produced a track. What's the new one that we? What's the one? What's it called?
Do we even name it? Oh yeah, that's the name.
Yeah,
of it.
Fall This Way. I just produced that track and I sent it to him, and he mixed and mastered it, and he was like, this is dope. And of course, him and Izzy just finishing it up now. So it's like, you know, we just kind of go off each other, man. It's just a vibe. I'm working on a record now for Leah Rowe that I just did. I'm gonna go back and finish it up, and you know, put some little tweaks and color on it, and then get her in, and I shoot it to Monty, or Monty might shoot a beat to me. Like he shoots me tracks, and he'd be like, "Man, what you hear on this?"
Shout out to Right Hip and Stargazer.
Hey man, hey.
With the promo.
Thank you.
There you go.
That's it. Yeah, but no, we just bump ideas, man, off each other. And one thing about it that I love about, you know, my brothers, man, there's no egos involved, man. We just try to encourage each other, man. Ain't no backdooring, ain't none of the, you know, the sneaky stuff. We honest, man.
Right.
You know, and just tell me the truth, man. That's whack, bro. Okay, well, let me go back and fix it. You know, okay, yeah, now I like it.
I got you.
Then, you know, because like Monty would tell you, he'd be like, yeah, it's cool. You don't like it. So let me that's cool. And then my little brother, man, Jew's ears is impeccable, man. Jew will let you know if you got something. He'll be like, that's it, bro. 'Cause he's quiet. He'll just be like, yeah, that's the one right there. Then you know you got something. And if he'll go, that means it's pretty
That's good. You got somebody that's telling you the truth. You know what I mean?
He ain't gonna sugarcoat it, boy. And then, like you said, with a vocalist like Izzy, man, being on this team, and he's such a great songwriter, and he hears good melodies and harmonies, and just, man, he just elevated us, man. Like, we at a level now where it's just crazy. So it's like, you know, it's endless now. Like, you can produce and write things that you couldn't do because you couldn't have nobody to sing it. Now this is shit. We all three of us can just go now, man.
Let's go now. There you go.
Yeah, that's it. So it's we're just having too much damn fun right now. That's it.
There you go. Hey, I'm having a lot of fun right here,
we
man.
Appreciate it, man. We appreciate it, man.
So let's go ahead, man. Let's transition to the new project, right?
Okay.
So we know we got the single that's coming out on the 13th, right?
Right.
13th.
On the 13th.
October
On the 13th. But man, David, you know what I'm saying? When you and I was talking, man, I know this is kind of leading up to another project that you're going to be releasing there pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit more about that and the way it is people are going to be able to get this project.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. You handling business. Hey, the ding ding. Hey, man.
Yours dinging, huh?
Business is going off, man.
Yeah, my bad.
That's how it's gonna sound when Giddy is released. So it's gonna be like
phone
bang,
gonna start
bang,
dinging.
bang, bang. October 13th.
Where are we at on time, guys, man? Are we
Got
getting
about
close
5
to-
minutes.
Oh, we really got about 5 minutes.
We
Okay.
got about 5 minutes.
I didn't even realize we were.
I was looking. It's like,
Yeah, we got
damn,
about
man, we've
5
been really
minutes.
just talking
Right,
up in
right.
this month. All right, so let's go ahead, man. Let's go ahead and speed this up here.
Okay, we talk about the record, yeah.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
talk about the record here, man. All right, so now I have it on here, and you can tell me if I'm wrong here. Where I was writing down new project 3 a.m. Right?
Yes, Lord.
3
Come on, man.
a.m. Talk about 3 a.m.
3 a.m. What 3 a.m. means, man, is after all the mayhem. After the mayhem, man, we went through a lot of stuff, you know, getting here. And now, man, it's like a new beginning for us, man. So it's like 3 a.m. What the hell goes on at 3 o'clock in the morning besides getting up because your prostate is full?
Oh my goodness! I wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting that. Oh my goodness! That's
I don't know
awful.
what that 3 a.m. is.
Oh shit!
You coming from the club?
Every dude can relate to this. You get up at 3 a.m.
Wow.
You got your hand on the wall and you pissing.
I was not expecting that.
But if you start hearing tapping, you know that you done missed it. And it hit the floor, and your old lady like, the hell this smell in here?
Oh my goodness!
You stupid.
That's after the mayhem. That's after the mayhem.
I was not expecting that. We did not talk about that.
Speechless right now. She's speechless.
He's in there at 1 at 3 a.m.
Oh man!
Yep.
But it's going to be a unique way because I mean this is only available, man, through you guys, like
Yes,
through your website. So talk about that.
It's only going to be so how we're going to do this? We're going direct sales. So what we're going to end up doing, our single, of course, is going to be available on all platforms, which is Giddy. You'll be able to get that, stream it. But to get the actual album, well, EP, 3 a.m., it's theafgm.com. It's going to be very simple to get on our website. As soon as you pull it up, shout out to Jew Winters, my brother, for building the website for us. And you also will be able to get merch as well.
Okay.
And what we're going to offer is if, you know, the album's only going to be $3.
Okay.
We're going to sell it for $3. But if you buy a shirt, we'll just give you the album.
Okay.
So if you get some of our merch right here, we'll just give a record to you for free.
Okay. Okay.
So, you know, we just offering it. I'm trust and believe, man, you're going to want this record. It's one of them. I'm telling you.
When can the fans expect it to be ready?
The first of the year.
First of the year?
Probably around. But I'm thinking, and y'all just heard this from me, And I'm saying this to my brothers. I'm thinking about a release for Valentine's Day.
Okay, that sounds about right.
Not a bad idea.
I think we should release our record on Valentine's Day.
Bad idea, young man.
I like that, man. There you go.
Even though I'm the oldest in the group, thank you for calling me out.
You can get some love on Love Day. There you go. There you go, man. Well, we definitely want to all be on the lookout for that. Now, we got to respect these brothers' time, man, because they getting ready to get the promo circuit in. You know,
got another interview, and they said they're waiting on us.
So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. I want to go and say one more congratulations to A Few Good Men, new project coming out here. And thank you for sitting down. Let's keep the clapping going here. You know, for sitting out here with the Wolves of Naptown. All right, gentlemen, whichever one wants to speak, man, go ahead one more time. Tell the Wolves of Naptown audience where they can get the music, where they can get the merch, where they can follow A Few Good Men. Whichever one want to go.
Our website is AFGM.com. That's where you'll be able to get the music, the merch, and everything. Our social media is A Few Good Men Music on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook is all the same.
All right. So we have David, we have Monte, we have Izzy, A Few Good Men. Again, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having us, man.
Definitely.
You so much. Appreciate you.
We're not gonna get out here without letting the Bosslady get her thing off. We're gonna clap it up for the Bosslady.
All right. You can follow me on all social media. Well, no, not all. It's Madam.Bosslady on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube.
Hey, there we go.
There we go. I'll be quick with mine. Hey, man, just Starship West, at Starship West on all social media, IG, Facebook, TikTok. I'm even on X. And definitely follow the Wolves of Naptown on YouTube. That's where you're going to see these brothers in this exclusive interview, right? With all the information where you're not going to get anywhere else. Well, you may get some of it someplace else. But definitely want to watch here, Wolves of Naptown on YouTube, Wolves of Naptown podcast, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Wolves of Naptown podcast. You know what it is. Google us. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. All right. For A Few Good Men, for the Bosslady, I'm Starship West. Wolves of Naptown, thank you, and we will see you later.
Peace.
All right.
Thank you so much, man. We appreciate it.
There we go.
Thank you so much.
All right. We got